Okay, so the aim of this is to understand how polarization works. First understand how polarization works, and then understand how Malus's law relates to it, and how we would use Malus's law to solve some problems. Okay, so we take unpolarized light, and unpolarized light, as we mentioned before, is represented by a light that kind of goes in all directions like this. It meets the first polarizer, which has got a vertical transmission axis here. There's my transmission axis. Let me zoom in a little bit. That vertical transmission axis only allows through light that's in the same line as the transmission axis. So it will allow through the vertical component of the light. So that bit gets through, and of course that can come through in a wave like that. And then it meets another polarizer, and the second polarizer is usually called an analyzer. And then we've got some light sensor on the other side of it. So the second polarizer, or the analyzer, the transmission of the axis for this one is at 90 degrees to the light that is falling on it, that is incident on it. So that means that this one will not allow any of that light straight through. So that means that if I've got a light intensity sensor on this side, I should be getting a reading of 0 in watts per meter squared on this side. Okay, that's a general idea behind polarization, and just getting an idea about these polarizers and how we line them up. Okay, so the next thing is to do with Malus's law. So Malus's law tells us that the light intensity is proportional not to the electric field by itself, but the electric field squared. So it's just some constant times the electric field. K is just some constant. You don't really need to know what that K stands for really right now. So that's the relationship between light intensity and the electric field. So what we know is that the intensity of the light depends on the magnitude of the electric field. Okay. So for light that's, say, for example, incident on some polarizer, then let's say we wanted to measure the intensity naught, we would say the original light intensity, then it would just be K times the electric field naught, or the original one, squared. Okay. Now if we pop across and just look at how this would work, here we have light that's incident on a polarizer again, but it's at some other angle. So we've got this electric field part that's landing on a polarizer, and we know that it's only the vertical component that's going to get through. The angle theta here is taken off the vertical axis, and of course that's the side adjacent to the electric field, which is here. So that means it's the y component that we're talking about, or the vertical component. It's the side adjacent, so that means you would use the cosine of the angle theta. So that would give me E naught y equal to the electric field original times the cosine of the angle theta. So that's the bit that we get through. So just to kind of finish out the theory a little bit, the original light intensity is our constant times the original electric field squared. Excuse me. That means the transmitted intensity should be some constant times the bit that gets through squared. So the electric field part that gets through squared, or the E naught y squared. But we've already given a relationship for that. We know that E naught y is equal to E naught cos theta just by looking at the vector components. So if I square that, then I would get my constant times E naught cos theta all squared, which would give me my constant, the electric field, the original electric field squared, times the cosine squared of the angle that the polarizer is at, the angle between the transmitted intensity and the transmitted light and the polarizer. So just one last step. We know that this entire part here was actually the same as the original intensity. Okay, so I know it kind of gets a bit complicated to begin with, but afterwards it kind of gets a little bit more simple. So it kind of gets a bit complicated in the middle, simplifies then at the end. So we know that all of this entire quantity, if I look back up here, I'm have to write it probably about 3 or 4 times, the original intensity is K times E naught squared. Well, there we have K times E naught squared. So that means that is actually the original intensity times cos squared of the angle. Okay, and that's basically Malus's law in a nutshell. Okay, now we'll just look at some examples and see how that works.